ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः.
Thank you. Okay, now over to Hema.
Namaste, students. Yes, so now today we will start our session with the Subhashitam by Aditya. Aditya, can you share the screen? You have some slide ready? Unmute yourself. Are you able to unmute? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Namaste everybody. Today I'm going to talk about, I'm going to chant a Subhashitam which is related to Makara Sankranti. Bhaskarasya yatha tejaha makarastasya vartate tataiva bhavatam tejaha vardhathamiti kamaye. Now I'm going to explain the Subhashitam word by word. Yatha means as, Tejaha means the brilliance, Bhaskarasya means of the sun, Vardate means keeps increasing, Makarastasya means Makarastasya means from the lunar month of Makara, which in Tamil calendar is actually called Thai Madam, which is Jan 14 to February 14. Tathaiva means like that or similarly. Kamaya means I wish that. Bhavata means may your. Tejaha means brilliance or glory. Vardhatha miti means also flourish. So, as the brilliance of the sun keeps increasing from the lunar month of Makara, it starts from there. January 14 to February 14. Tathaiva means like I wish that your brilliance or glory may also flourish. That means that your intelligence must increase and you will have good health, like that. This also has a scientific significance. Starting a few days before Sankranti, the sun slowly transitions northward till the summer solstice, which is on Wednesday, June 21st, 2023 in this year. This movement is called as Uttarayanam. The distance between the earth and the sun keeps reducing till the peak of summer. As this distance reduces, it appears more and more brilliant. From then the sun starts moving southwards, which we call as Dakshinayanam, till the winter solstice, which in this year is on Friday, December 22nd, 2023. This is because the Earth's movement around the sun is elliptical and not circular. So, the date in which Wednesday and Friday, June 21st, 2023 and December 21st, 2023 are known as solstices, and there are other dates which is March 21st and the September, October, that time. are known as equinoxes because the distance between the sun is reduced that time, whereas the distance between the sun is increased in this time.
Thank you, Aditya. One more, I want to say one thing that it's no coincidence that Aditya is explaining the glory of Aditya. Okay.
Yes. Can you stop sharing the screen, Aditya?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Aditya. That was very nicely told. Now I hand over to Sudhaji and Soumyaji to take over. Can you unmute yourself? I've unmuted you. Yes.
Namaste children, home to you all. Last week we had a very lively session with all of you. You all responded so well. Continue to do like that. We discussed about Makara Sankranti, Pongal, how it is celebrated in different states. Then we talked about Surya, what lessons we learned from that and all that. So today we are going to start with presentation by students. Actually, we got only 3 names. We had planned for 3 names. Now only I see Kushi and Hasini are also willing. So allowing them, there will be now more participants. 5 participants will be there. So please stick to 2 minutes time. Don't exceed that. Okay. So the topic is, suppose sun doesn't arise on one day, what will be your experience? So we start with Virat. Virat.
Virat, yes, Virat K, no, unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm going to start with what is happening if the sun does not rise. Okay, I'm going to give my introduction first. Mama nama Virataha, aham chatraha, aham Hyderabad nagare vasami, mama agraja Vivan. Mama mata Niharika, mama pita Raghu. What will happen if the sun does not rise for one day? Without the sun, the plants will not be able to perform photosynthesis, thus resulting in the plants decaying. The economy will suffer, duties will be disturbed. Without the sun rays, humans will feel energyless. We won't have vitamin D. This will affect mostly the people who have vitamin D deficiencies. Agricultural problems will arise due to the plants decaying. The sleep cycle of a human will be disturbed, as if we take it like this, 12 hours of night and then again 12 hours of darkness and 12 hours of night. So we don't really know when to sleep and when to get awake. Kids will play more video games as there is no sports during this time, as we cannot go out and play in the dark very easily. And people won't know when the Brahma Muhurtam will start and end because it will all look the same. More electricity will be used as more artificial lighting is required to light up houses. The human's biological clock, animals, any living organisms which have a biological clock may stop working for some time because we don't really feel the difference between the light and the dark. Animals who depend on plants may die due to starvation, also once again due to plant decay. Bank robberies or robberies in general have a higher chance to occur in these 36 hours because there's more dark and less time for them to be caught, so they have more time to rob. Animals which will have a disturbed hunting period, as they usually have their hunting period in the morning or in the evening. This time they don't know when they need to hunt and when they will feel hungry. Whereas nocturnal animals will have a huge advantage as they can see in the dark. The national income and the GDP will suffer. GDP is basically gross domestic product, which basically tells us, like we say that America is a rich country, but then we see the GDP of a family to say that how much is the worth and then how much are they earning in a year. Due to that, we can come to a conclusion that America is a rich country. And the national border security problems will arise, as they will need more border security, especially for these landlocked countries like Afghanistan, Nepal, and Bhutan, because they're covered by land on all sides. Terrorists or even other people from other countries have an easier chance to come in if there's not a lot of border security. During this, we can mostly conclude that there will be huge threats if the sun does not rise one day. Thank you. Can I present my other homework also? Like the other part of the homework?
Later.
Okay, I just wanted to show you the drawing which I made. Thank you.
So ma'am, you are unmuted, no? Unmute yourself.
Ma'am is on mute.
No, Sudha ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Ah,
well done, Virat. You covered a wide variety of topics. What will happen if sun doesn't arise? Now, Sai.
Sai.
Ma'am, actually many people came over here. That's why a lot of sound is coming.
No problem.
Ma'am, can you see it? Oh yeah, now you can.
Yes, we can see.
Wait, ma'am.
Make it slideshow. Present.
If there would be no sun, what would happen? Points. There would be no vegetation on earth. The moon will not shine light as it gets the light from the sun. No photosynthesis may kill some of the plants, but larger trees can survive decades without it, but it eventually will end. They will end as well. The temperature would drop to zero within a week, and humans and other non-extinct animals would be extinct. The ocean would freeze over, and after 1,000 years or cease to become solid. Until then, the ocean will be warm because due to the Earth emitting core from the Earth's core. And our green Earth will become a wasteland floating in space. Okay, now I'll say fun facts. Astronomers say that after 5 billion years, the sun will run out of hydrogen. Once all the helium disappears, the star dies. It turns into a black hole. Mom, actually, I just now understood it doesn't turn to a black hole, but it'll turn to a dwarf star.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good, Sai. Nice presentation. Next is Vaishnavi and her sisters, all the three, I think, together.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, all. Myself, Vaishnavi, and along with my twin sisters, we would like to share some points on the topic what if sun decided not to rise? Then on the earth, we will have the following consequences. Point number 1. There won't be any light, hence, living beings will suffer with illumination and cannot see things. Point number 2. There won't be any heat, which would lead to very cold freezing, etc. Point number 3. Plants and trees will suffer. Point number 4. All living beings, including humans, deprive of energy, food, etc. Point number 5. If sun continue not to rise, then eventually all living creatures need to depart Earth. We see how important sun plays on Earth's life. Let us worship Sun God to bless us with light and energy. Hari Om.
Very good. Well done, all the three of you. Okay, next, Kushi. Kushi is telling something.
Yes, Hari Om. Mama Nama Kushi. Aham Chhatra. Aham Bengaluru Nagari Vasami. Mama Mata Asha. Mama Pita Ravi. One day the son was very upset because everyone takes holiday, but he can't. So he also decided to take a holiday. Everyone were puzzled. The farmers working in the field couldn't work. All birds are flying here and there to collect food. But they went home in hunger. Even I couldn't go to play. By seeing this all, the son was unhappy and
rise again and gave us light. Thank you.
Very nice, very unique way of telling and very beautifully presented.
Personal touch was there.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Next, Hasini. Hasini, are you there?
Yes, Amma. Hari Om, Mama Nama Hasini, Aham Chatra, Aham Bengaluru Nagare Vasami, Mama Pita Samyukta, Mama Pita Ravindra, Mama Mata Samyukta. Today I am going to narrate a story. Once in a village, there lived a boy who was really lazy. Once his father asked him to go to the mountain and helicopter the cattle. Then when he goes, he finds a big tree with big shade. Then he decides to rest there for some time, and he don't know that it was a magical tree. It would fulfill three of his wishes. And when he slept, the sun shined brightly. So he thought, if there will be no sun, it would be nice. Then suddenly it became dark. He thought, how this happened? But he slept off. Then when he woke up, after many hours, when he woke up, he was hungry, but nothing was around him. It was full dark. He can't even see anything. Then he thought, if I had some food, it will be nice. That time, then the food will appear in front of him. That time he will think it is a magical tree. He realized that it is a magical tree. And he tries to go to sleep again. But after eating, he tries to go to sleep again. But he could not get it. Then he realized his mistake and tells the tree that, it would be nice if the sun will be there. Then the sun will appear. That's the story. Thank you.
Beautiful story, Hasini. Very nice.
Good imagination. Okay. Now we are again starting a few more facts about Surya Bhagavan. See, you all know about Bhagavad Gita. Some of you have learned 12th chapter. Now Rashmika who is going to teach you 15th chapter. You know who taught Bhagavad Gita to whom? Anyone knows? Who was the Guru and who was the Sishya? Bhagavad Gita? Okay.
Yeah, Vedant.
Krishna taught Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna when he was in the war.
Oh, that's good. Correct. Good. Do you know who was the first person to receive Bhagavad Gita knowledge even before Arjuna?
Krishna.
No, it was Surya Deva. Surya Bhagavan was the first to receive the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita many years ago. Bhagavad Gita happened only 5,000 years ago. How do we know this fact? Krishna himself tells this in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. That is, he taught this to Surya Bhagavan. Then Arjuna gets a doubt. You are standing in front of me. You are my friend. How is it that you taught it to Surya Bhagavan? Surya Bhagavan was at the time of creation itself. Then Krishna says, as a god, I have been there all the time. Maybe not in the name of Krishna, not in the name of Gita. I was only there to teach Surya Bhagavan. Now I am standing in front of you as Krishna Avatar. As human beings, you don't know what was your previous birth, but as an avatar, I know what happened. Okay. Then that Surya Bhagavan passed it on, this knowledge, to his son Manu. Manu is the first human being after every creation. That is why we are all known as Manushya. And Manu passed it on to his son Ikshvaku, who was the first king of Surya dynasty. You want to know more about this Manu, a story?
Manu, right? Manu, it's a very interesting story. Some of you might have heard of it. Okay, let me tell you who this Manu is. Here we are talking about Vaivasvata Manu. He is the son of Vivasvana. Surya is also known as Vivasvana. So he is the son of Surya. So, some of you might know the story of Matsya Avatar, Lord Vishnu's Matsya Avatar, right? Lord Vishnu appeared in the form of a fish. This fish, Matsya Avatar story, if some of you don't know, we can take it up in another session. But here I want to say this fish, Lord Vishnu in the form of fish, came in front of Raja Satyavrat. Raja Satyavrat is another name of Manu itself, so Vaivasvata Manu. Okay, he came in front of Vaivasvata Manu and he warned him of an upcoming pralayam or a flood. Okay, upcoming pralayam or flood, and he said, "I will help you." He gave him a boat. Okay, he gave Manu a boat. He asked Manu to take with him the Sapta Rishis, 7 sages, and 9 special seeds, some special herbs, and then some animals. And he asked him to take them with him in the boat. And the fish, Lord Vishnu, the fish, in the form of fish himself, he pulled the boat to safety with the help of Vishnu's snake, Sesha. The fish, with the help of Sesha's snake, pulled the boat to safety during this destruction. So, post the destruction, these 7 sages, Sapta Rishis, along with Manu had is all these special seeds. They help to repopulate the earth. Okay, and we are all presently in the Vaivasvata Manvantara, the period of the 7th Manu, where Vaivasvata Manu recreated the world. I will also show you a picture of the story that I, just depicted. Okay. Uh, Are you able to see this? This is the picture of Lord Vishnu as a fish protecting and pulling the boat along with Manu and the sages and taking them to safety during the pralayam.
Okay. So now we see first Surya received it, Surya passed it on to Manu, and Manu to Ikshvaku. Like that, a Guru Shishya Parampara, it went on. But in between, the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita got lost. So that is why during the Kurukshetra war, Sri Krishna revived that knowledge, again teaching to Arjuna for the welfare of all the human beings. Last week we discussed about the good qualities of Surya, selflessness, steadfastness, duty oriented, and calmness. He had no likes and dislikes. All these we can learn from Bhagavad Gita. So now you are going to see the family chart of Surya Bhagavan.
Okay, so this is the family chart of lineage of Surya Bhagavan, starting from Lord Brahma. So it all originates from Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma has many children. Okay, the 8 Rudras, 4 Kumaras, Brahma Rishis are all children of Brahma. But to make it simple for this class, this session, we will look at the Brahma Rishis and from where Surya's lineage started. Okay. So one of the Brahma Rishis, okay, children of Lord Brahma, the god of the creator, right? Son is Marichi. And Marichi's son is Sage Kashyapa. You would all have heard about Sage Kashyapa. Surya Bhagavan is the son of Sage Kashyapa and Aditi. His mother is Aditi. And Surya Bhagavan has these children. Vaivasvata Manu, the story of whom I just told you, Vaivasvata Manu. And then this is Yamaraj. Yamaraj, the god of death. And you all know Raja Karna from the great warrior from Mahabharata. Then the Ashwini Kumaras. Ashwini Kumaras are the doctors or physicians of God. Okay. And there is also Revanatha. Revanatha is god of the Yakshas. They are like, demigods. And then there is Shani Deva. You all have heard about Shani Deva. He is the son of Surya Bhagavan and Chaya. Okay. So this is a simple family tree of Surya Bhagavan starting from Lord Brahma.
Okay. Now, we gave you a assignment, find the names of the horses of Surya Bhagavan. Some of you have written, very good. So these names, I will repeat the names, Gayatri, Trishtu, Anushtu, Jagati, Ushdit, Pankti, and Brahati. You know what are these names stand for? These are mentioned in Vishnu Purana and Surya Purana. These are actually Vedic meter or chandas. You know what is a Vedic meter? with the help of Vedic meter, you know how to chant a particular Vedic mantra, where to pass. See, each shloka, they have some syllables. For example, Trishtup, which has 44 syllables, Anushtup has 32 syllables, Gayatri mantra has 24 syllables. So this number of syllables is divided by 4 into quarters. See, let us take the take of Anushtup. Most of the Bhagavad Gita slokas are Anushtup, some are in Trishtup. Now you are going to learn chapter 15 from Lakshmi Garu. She will be telling you Anushtup and Trishtup. You will have that experience. So if 32 syllables are there, when you divide by 4, you get 8 syllables. After 8 syllables, you have to give a pass. So like that, if you chant, then you will get a proper rhythm. That is called Vedic meter, and that is the significance of the horses of Surya Bhagavan. And the chariot driver of Surya and Bhagavan is Aruna Deva, who is the brother of Garuda. Okay. Now we are going to have the quiz. That is based on whatever we discussed last week, and one simple question from what we said today that you all will be able to do. Now you should be ready with your notebook and pencil. This is not a Google quiz. Are you all ready with the notebook and pen? Okay. Now listen to my instructions. I'll be slowly reading the question. So mostly one word answer. When I repeat the question, you should finish with the answer. Second time when I say the answer, your answer should be ready. How to correct the quiz, we'll see afterwards. Are you all ready?
Don't tell out the answer.
Don't tell out. It's not an oral one, written.
Okay.
Are you all ready?
Write it down. Okay.
Shall we start? Okay. Okay. First question. Hinduism is a way of life, a culture, a value-centered. How do we call this? How do we know this Hindu religion? Again, I repeat, Hinduism is a way of life. It is a culture, value-centered life. It is known by another name. Time over. Very easy question, second.
Okay, second question.
Very easy, you all can answer. Which god is worshipped during Pongal and Magara Sankranti? Which god is worshipped during Pongal and Magara Sankranti? I think most of you have finished.
Okay. Third question.
In Orissa, which is the famous sun temple? Where is it? In Orissa, we told you about the famous sun temple. That place you write
The name of the temple.
name of that. I think you must have finished. We talked about a powerful yogasana last week with 12 poses. Powerful yogasana, the name which we told last week, with 12 poses. Okay, that much enough. Sixth question. The famous sloka which sage Agastya gave to Lord Rama. The famous sloka which sage Agastya gave to Lord Rama.
Name the famous shloka which sage Agastya taught Lord Rama.
Next. The transit of sun from southern hemisphere to northern hemisphere. Today Aditya also told about it. The transit of sun from southern hemisphere to northern hemisphere is known as transit of sun from southern hemisphere to northern hemisphere.
What is it called? One word. Okay.
In which state Makara Sankranti is celebrated as kite festival? In which state of Bharat Makara Sankranti is celebrated as kite festival? Next. In Bihar and in some parts of UP, another famous festival is celebrated for sun god a week after Deepavali. We told that name last week. In Bihar, some parts of UP, A festival is celebrated for sun god. It is not during this Makara Sankranti. It is after Deepavali. Okay, done. Last question. Who got the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita first? Who was the first one? That we told you today only. Who was the first person to receive the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita? How many of you are ready with all the 10 answers? Just raise your hand. Ready? Finished? Still writing? Okay. Now, you are going to correct your own answers. It is a test of your honesty also, not only your general knowledge. If you are cheating means actually you are cheating you. I know you all will not be cheating. Okay. So, now, first answer I'll give you. You put a tick mark. First one is Sanatana Dharma. If it is correct, put a tick mark. That is Hinduism is known as Sanatana Dharma. Next is which god is worshipped during Pongal? That all of you would have written sun god or Surya. Where in Orissa the sun temple is situated? Konark. The powerful Yogasana Surya Namaskar. Then, one question I left out. Only 9 questions are there. I think. No, okay. One more question is there. Sorry. Now it is the 10th question. The worship done to sun god by offering water and chanting mantras. Write it down. I left out that question. The worship done to sun god by offering water and chanting mantras. That is the 10th question. I left it. Written? Okay, now I come to this question. Name the famous sloka. That will be 5th question, no? Name the famous sloka which sage Agastya taught Lord Rama. Aditya Hridayam.
The answer is Aditya Hridayam.
Then the transit of sun from southern hemisphere to northern hemisphere, Uttarayana. Next, the Bihar and UP, the famous festival which is celebrated is
in which state?
Makara Sankranti is celebrated as kite festival is Gujarat. Then in Bihar and parts of UP, another festival is celebrated, that is Chhat Puja. Who was the first person to receive the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita? Sun god or Surya? And the last question, you can write Argya or Surya Argya. Surya Argya. Argya. Should I read out the answers once again? First answer Sanatana Dharma. Second Surya. Third Konark. Next Surya Namaskar. Then Aditya Hridayam. Then Uttarayan. Then Gujarat. Then Chhat Puja. Then Surya. And the last one is Surya Argya. You put marks for yourself out of 10. 7, 8, 9, 6, whatever it may be. So those who have got above 7, raise your hand.
You can put your score in the chat.
I can put in the score in the chat box also. Time.
Aditya has got 7 out of 10. Very good. Others also put your...
It is up to you. Suppose you have got low marks. If you don't want to put, we won't force you.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's a learning.
It's only a learning process.
Very good.
Anybody else who has got 7? Who has got 6? Usha.
Vishruta has got 10. Very good.
Acha. Virat
is
10.
also got 10.
Virat has got
good.
10.
Very good.
Those have got 6 also, very good. Vedant was absent last week, so it's okay.
Okay. Very nice.
Anyway, your participation counts. We just want you to be alert in the class, so yeah, then is this quiz. Okay then, children. See you. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Sudha and Soumya. We have a new student today, Sanvi. Can you unmute yourself, Sanvi? Sanvi, welcome to Samskriti class. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like which school you study and where do you live?
Ma'am, I live in Hyderabad. And I study in Neeraj Public School. I am 5th grade.
Welcome to our class. Anybody else is new here? No, best all over. Thank you. Now, Lakshmi ji will be teaching us the Gita chapter 15. I'll just share the screen. You can start. Lakshmi, you unmute.
Yes, Amma. Yes, Amma. Can you hear, Lehema?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me just share 1 second.
Yeah.
It's not sharing. I don't know why. You can start. Yeah, I'm sharing it now.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
Yes, it's done.
Okay, namaste, children. So today we are going to learn Purushottama Yoga from that is the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Before that, we will chant one sloka, very famous sloka. All of you must be knowing it. So it is that from that we will start and then we will continue with Gita. Okay, I want who can chant actually? Virat, can you chant after me? It is very simple sloka. Are you ready? Virat?
Unmute yourself, Virat. I've given permission. Just unmute yourself.
Okay.
Virat, you able to unmute yourself?
Yeah, now I got it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just repeat after me. Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum
Shuklam Baladaram Vishnum
Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam
Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam
Prasannavadanam Dhyayet
Prasannavadanam Dhyaye
Sarva Vignopashantaye.
Sarva Vignopashantahe.
Thank you. This is a very famous sloka. All of you must be knowing it. We'll just see the meanings first. Shuklam Baradaram. Shukla means white. Ambaram means dress. Dharam is who wears. So the one who is wearing white dress. That is Shuklam Baradaram. Vishnu. Vishnu means all pervading. Sarva Vyapi. The God is everywhere, you know. So that is Vishnu. And Shashi Varnam. Shashi means moon. And Varnam means color. So the God is of the color of moon. And Chaturbhujam. That is 4 hands he has. And Prasanna Vadanam. Prasanna means pleasing. Vadanam is face. So pleasing personality, pleasing face. Dhyayet. I salute. I think of that God. Sarva Vignopashantaye. Sarva Vignam. Vignam means obstacle. When we start something, we pray this sloka. This is on Lord Ganesha. You must have known by now. That is Lord Ganesha is the God to remove all the obstacles. So when we start something new, we chant this sloka. So that is the actual meaning is, I meditate upon Lord Ganesha, the one who wears a white garment, who is all pervasive, who has a bright complexion like the moon, who has 4 hands, who has a cheerful face for the removal of all obstacles. That is the meaning. Once more you chant, Virat. Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum
Shuklam Baladaram Vishnum
Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam
Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam
Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye.
Sarva Vignopashantahe.
Thank you. So when you chant this sloka, you understand the meaning and chant so that it will be more fruitful. Okay. So Lord Ganesha will remove all the obstacles in your work. Now we will go to Bhagavad Gita. This is the 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga. Okay. So as Sudha ma'am has told, the chapter contains both the meter, Anushtup meter and Trishtup meter. So first one is in Anushtup meter. So let me, who is going to repeat? I can call Aditya. Can you repeat? Virat, your chance is over. Okay. Now Aditya, are you ready?
Yes, Amma.
Okay. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Atha Panchadashodhyayah.
Atha Panchadashodhyayah.
Panchadasha means 15. Panchadashodhyayah.
Panchadashodhyayah.
Purushottama Yogah.
Purushottama Yogah.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Urdhva Moola Madashakam.
Urdha Moola Madashakam.
Ashwatham Prahuravyayam.
Ashwattham Prahuravyayam.
Chandansi Yasya Parnani.
Nandamsi Yasya Parnani.
Yastam Veda Sa Vedavit.
Yastam Veda Sa Vedavit.
Once more. Urdhva Moola Madashakam.
Urdha Moola Madashakam.
Ashwatham Prahuravyayam.
Ashwattham Prahuravyayam.
Chandansi Yasya Parnani.
Chandamsi Yasya Parnani.
Yastam Veda Sa Vedavit.
Yastam Veda Sa Vedavit.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you. That's the same sloka. Vishruta, can you repeat? Same sloka. Vishruta, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Atha Panchadashodhyayah.
Atha Panchadashodhyayah.
Purushottama Yogah.
Purushottama Yogah.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Urdhva Moola Madhashakam.
Urdhva Moola Shakam.
Urdhva Moola Madhashakam.
Urdhva Moola.
I will repeat again, don't worry. Urdhva Moolam.
Urdhva Moolam.
Adhashakam.
Adhashakam.
So when you combinedly just say no. Urdhva Moolam Adhashakam.
Urdhva Moola Shakam.
Ma no. Urdhva Moola Madha. Madha. Urdhva Moola Madhashakam.
Urdhva Moola Madhashakam.
Correct. Ashwatham.
Ashwatham.
Prahuravyayam.
Prahuravyayam.
Urdhva Moola Madhashakam.
Urdhva Moola Madhashakam.
Correct. Ashwatham Prahuravyayam.
Ashwatham Prahuravyayam.
Chandansi Yasya Parnani.
Chandamsi Yasya Parnani.
Yastam Veda Sa Vedavit.
Yastam Veda Vedavita.
Chandansi yasya parnani.
छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि
Yastam veda sa vedavit.
यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्
Once more. Urdhvamulamadaशाkham.
ऊर्ध्वमूलमशाखम्
Ashwatham prahuravyayam.
अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम्
Chandansi yasya parnani.
छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि
Yastam veda sa vedavit.
यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्
Thank you, Vishruta. Now, one more seconds, we'll go to second sloka. Somebody was repeating while Vishruta was chanting. Who is that? Can I know his name? I think he knows. Who is that?
All are unmuted. You can unmute your screen and
Somebody was chanting while Vishruta was chanting. I could hear him.
yes,
He was
yes.
also chanting well. I don't know his name. Can you
Unmute
tell the-
yourself, child, whoever it was. Even I could hear one person chanting.
I could see the
I think it is that E Likit. You want to chant? I heard you, and
yeah.
you want
Can
to.
you can you repeat the second sloka? Nikit? Or I will call somebody. You can?
Yes, Amma.
Okay. Okay. Who is that? Sai. Sai.
Yeah, ma'am. Behind is my
Who was that?
brother, ma'am.
Your brother.
Yeah,
He
ma'am.
knows,
No, ma'am.
Or
He's still there,
he
ma'am.
was simply okay. Okay. Okay, Sai. You can repeat. Okay. Second one. First one was Anushtup meter. Now it is, we are changing it to Trishtup meter. The Bhagavad Gita is both the meters it comes. This chapter, both comes together. Okay. Let us see.
Keep all your videos on, children. Some of you switched off your videos. I request you. Yes.
Okay,
Continue.
Sai, repeat. Adaschordvam
Adashtordvam
prasrita
prastrisa
tasya shak prasritastasya
prastristarstyasya tasya
shakhaha
shakaha
adaschordvam
adad Amma, I can't see it.
adaschordvam adaschordvam
Adashtordvam
prasritastasya
prastrista prasratastasya
correct shakhaha
shakaha
gunapravriddha
gunapravidda
विषयप्रवालाः
विषयप्रवालाः अधश्चोर्ध्वं
प्रसृतास्तस्य
प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः
गुणप्रवृद्धा
प्रवृद्धा
no प्रवृद्धा correct
विषयप्रवालाः
next line अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि
मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि
correct मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि
अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि
very good कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके कर्मानुबन्धीनि
कर्मानुबन्धीनि
मनुष्यलोके.
मनुष्यलोके.
We will repeat the second one again. Adaschordvam
अधश्चोर्ध्वम्
prasritastasya shakhaah.
प्रसृतास्तस्य
शाखाः
शाखाः
गुणप्रवृद्धा
गुणप्रवृद्धा
गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः
विषयप्रवालाः
अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि
अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि
कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके.
कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके.
Very good effort, Sai. Very good. Keep it up. Okay, one more. The second sloka. One more can repeat. Who can do that?
Shall we try the girls, the three girls?
Yeah, girls. Yeah, three girls. Okay, what? Vaishnavi, no? Vaishnavi is her name, no?
Vaishnavi,
Vaishnavi.
Desika and Desika, I want to try.
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, second one. Okay. Adaschordvam
Adhश्चोर्ध्वम्
prasritastasya
प्रसृतास्तस्य
shakhaah
शाखाः
गुणप्रवृद्धा
गुणप्रवृद्धा
विषयप्रवालाः
विषयप्रवालाः
अधश्च मूलान्
अधश्च मूलान्
यनुसन्ततानि
यनुसन्ततानि
कर्मानुबन्धीनि
कर्मानुबन्धीनि
मनुष्यलोके.
मनुष्यलोके.
Very good. Once more we will repeat. Adaschordvam
अधश्चोर्ध्वम्
प्रसृतास्tasya shakhaah
प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः
गुणप्रवृद्धा
गुणप्रवृद्धा
विषयप्रवालाः
विषयप्रवालाः
अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि
अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि
कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके.
कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके.
Thank you so much. So nicely you chanted. You know already? You know?
Mama.
Huh?
No.
First time you are chanting?
Yes, Mama.
Very good. Very good effort. Okay. Practice well so that you can learn more. Okay. Thank you very much, children. I'll post these two slokas in our group so that you can practice. Okay. By next week, you should be able to repeat this, and then we will go to the next two slokas. Okay. Thank you. Hema, you can continue with your story.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Lakshmi ji. It was a very nice chanting from students indeed. So now we are going into a story time. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about a very famous and eminent lady of India. And I'm sure you all have heard her name. And she is none other than Sudha Murthy. How many of you have heard about Sudha Murthy? Can you raise your hands? Great. I see a lot of hands raised. Yes. So this is one of the first stories that she wrote and recounted her time as a young 12-year-old girl where she taught her grandma how to read. So let us see how the story goes about. Sudha Murthy was born in Karnataka, and she was a computer science postgraduate in those days. And she was the chairperson of the Infosys Foundation. You all know she also is the wife of Narayana Murthy, who is also founder of the Infosys Foundation. She is a writer, she is an author, she writes travelogues, and she gives a lot of good values in many of the videos that you must have been seeing, how to live a good life and how to face difficulties, etc. how I taught my grandmother to read is from her first book of stories, which she wrote for children. Okay. And this is a true incident from her own life. So here she talks about the small village in Karnataka where she was living as a young girl. And before marriage, she was a 12-year-old girl that time. And in those days, transport system was not so good, you know, and people used to be waiting for the newspaper to come, the magazines to come, the posts to come. So maybe, morning paper would come by the afternoon slowly in a horse tanga. Okay. And once a week, a bus would come and deliver the magazines, which people, there was no TV that time. So people used to read a lot. They used to do a lot of other things besides watching TV. Okay. So they used to wait eagerly for the newspaper, the magazine, the post, and it is to come to everyone's houses. And eagerly she used to go, little Sudha used to go and collect the magazine and go running into the house. Those days in these magazines, they used to have stories from novels, which used to come weekly, one chapter first week, the next chapter, the concluding part, the next part, like that. People used to wait for the next part of the story. They used to, wait what happened next, like that. A very famous author called Triveni, she had written a book called The Kashi Yatre. So she and her story was coming as parts in the magazines, was published weekly magazine, a Kannada magazine. And this novel, Kashi Yatra, was very popular. It was about an old lady who wanted to go to Kashi. It is believed in the Hindu religion that everybody, at least once in your lifetime, you should go and worship Lord Vishweshwara in Kashi. So she had this ambition. It's about her journey, her struggles, and how she gets to go to Kashi Yatra. Little Sudha's grandma, Kristika, would wait. Now, this lady, this grandmother, was not literate. She could not read Kannada also. And so she used to wait. She used to wait for this magazine eagerly after finishing all her work. And Sudha used to come back from school, and Sudha used to read the complete story to her grandma. Grandma used to listen with complete attention, and that's so much of intelligence. She used to memorize the entire story while hearing it. And in the evening, she'll go to a temple and she will go and entire story. She will go and repeat to all her friends over there because she could connect to this lady. She herself had never gone to Kashi, so she could understand what is it, the longing to go to that religious place and go and visit to that religious place. So the evening she would go to her friends, and every week's episode, like a TV serial almost, but in books, she would talk about it, that this happened and that happened, and she'll wait for the next week. So every week Sudha was reading the story for the grandmother, and grandmother used to be very, very happy, and her time used to pass very productively. Once what happened, Sudha had to go for a wedding in a neighboring village. She went telling her grandma, I'll come back in 2-3 days. But something happened. There was no transport. The parents couldn't bring her back. It almost took 1 or 2 weeks for her to come back to her home. When she comes home, what does she see? She sees her grandmother is sitting in the courtyard, almost with tears in the eyes and a very sad look on her face. This lady who is always so cheerful and bubbly was looking so sad. So little Sudha asked her, Avva, in Kannada, they call grandmother Avva. Avva, is everything all right? Are you okay? Why are you looking so sad? I've never seen you so sad. Avva doesn't say anything. She said, no, I'm fine. But at night, when Sudha was sleeping in the terrace, she comes next to her and wakes her up and tells her, I want to tell you something. What is it, Avva? Sudha asks her, what happened? So she says that, Sudha, when I was a young girl, I was very young when I lost my mother, and there was no one to look after me. My father remarried, and in those days, nobody thought it important for a girl to study or to learn a language, to be literate. We were busy with in cooking and cleaning of the house, learning the household skills, and I got married. So that time, education was not at all considered essential. I also did not feel it so important. I lived almost 75-year-old lady. I also did not find it important. But now, when you went away for 2 weeks to the village, and I was sitting with the magazine, I could only see the pictures. I could not read a single word. And that time I realized what a waste of my life has been. I can't read one language. I thought I'll go to neighbors and ask them to read, but I felt so embarrassed. They will say this old lady doesn't know how to read. So, Sudha, my grandchild, I'm requesting you, will you teach me to read? You come back. I thought you will be reading for me, but now I want myself to read. So will you be teaching me to read? I want to learn Kannada alphabets from tomorrow. Sudha is surprised. She laughs first. Avva, your hair is gray. You are wearing thick spectacles. You can't even walk properly. You're walking with a stick. Half the time you spend in the kitchen. Where you will get time and how will you study? So Avva says, no, I promise you, I will work very hard. And on Saraswati Puja day during Dashera, I will keep it my deadline. That day, I will read the novel Kashi Yatra myself. Sudha is very impressed. Okay, my grandmother Avva is very determined. So let me teach her. And Avva says that if you are determined, you can overcome any obstacle. And for learning, there is no age bar. Anybody can learn at any age. There is no limit that you're 75 or 70. So now you cannot learn a new language. You can. So Ava turned out to be a very good student. She did all her homework. She wrote, she recited, she memorized. And finally, Saraswati Puja came, the day of Saraswati Puja. On Saraswati Puja day, Ava called little Sudha to the puja room in front of Saraswati idol, and she presents her with a set of clothes as a gift, and she falls at Sudha's feet. Sudha is taken aback. Avva, you are elder to me. Why are you touching my feet? I'm younger than you. Please don't touch my feet. Avva tells her, I am not touching the feet of my granddaughter. I am touching the feet of my guru, of my teacher. At this moment in front of Saraswati, you are my guru. You are the one who has taught me how to read. And I feel fulfilled and I feel, I feel that I have achieved something at this age. So keeping you in the status, thanam of the guru, I am touching your feet. And thus, little Sudha, who was 12 years old, taught her Avva, her grandmother, how to read and made her independent. And Sudha also had a surprise for Avva. She gave her a gift and said, Avva, take this. By then, the novel was published, Kashi Yatra. Grandmother opens the gift and sees, oh, the book, which I like so much, is in front of me. And she reads herself. Reads in Kannada. She reads Kashi Yatra by Triveni and proves that she can read very fast and very fluently. So Sudha is so happy. Okay, so this was the story of lady who was determined and who learned how to read at a ripe old age also. Now we quickly enter into quiz time. I think I've unmuted all of you. So one by one, you can.
Amma, 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 can I tell?
Karnataka.
Amma Sudhamurti was born in 19.
Okay, so we'll have it one by one only because I think if I unmute all, which state was Sudhamurti born? I'll go one by one. I'm just going as per the list over here. I will unmute you. Hasini. Which state was Sudhamurti born?
Ma'am, Sudhamurti was born in 1950 in Karnataka.
Excellent. You gave us the year also. Very good. Okay.
Ma'am, this story came in Tinkle magazines, ma'am. The story was called My First Student.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Okay, next one. What was the book Kashi Yatra about? Aditri, unmute yourself. What was it about? You're not able to? Vishruta, okay, your hand is raised. Vishruta, unmute yourself.
The Kashi Yatra book was about a lady who was determined and she really wanted to go to Kashi to pray the Vishwasini god.
To pray to the god of there. Yes, very good. It was about the journey, how the struggles of an old lady who wanted to go to Kashi at least once in her lifetime. Very good. Next question. Here, Little Sudha called her grandmother Avva. What do you call your grandmother? Usha Aswini, can you unmute yourself? Usha Aswini, what do you call your grandmother?
We call Amamma.
You call Amamma. Very good. Nidhi, can you answer? What do you call your grandmother? Nidhi?
Dadi. Dadi.
Nani. Very good. Very good.
Dadi. D-I-D-I. Dadi.
Dadi. Okay, very nice. Okay. Anjani, what do you call your grandmother?
Ma'am, we call it Nanamma.
Nanamma. Very good. I used to call my grandmother Pati. Okay. So we all have different names, but the love is the same, no? For our grandmother? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, why was Ava or grandmother unhappy when little Sudha went to attend a wedding for a week? Who will answer? Khushi, can you answer? Your hand is raised. Yes.
Because grandmother couldn't read, and if she asked others to read, neighbors, she felt ashamed, so she did not ask. So when Sudha came back, grandmother asked.
Yes, she was very, very upset and unhappy. Yes. Next question. Did little Sudha's grandmother inspire you, children? What values did you learn from her? Can you raise your hands? Who will answer this last question? What values have you learned from Sudha's grandmother?
Ma'am, we learned that there was no age bar for anything.
Excellent. Anybody?
And if we are determined to do anything, we can do it.
Excellent. Yes, if your determination, that is the key. Yes, Hasini?
Amma, that one, if you are determined.
Yes. Khushi, your hand is raised.
If we are determined to learn, we have enthusiastic and to learn.
Yes, we can do it at any time. Ushaswini, last person I'm asking. Yes.
If you concentrate on anything, you can learn it easily and quickly.
Very good. Very good. So, Vishruta, anything different you want to say? Yes.
Ma'am, if someone teaches us, then he is our guru, and we have to respect her even if she's younger or elder than us.
Yeah, we have to respect our guru irrespective of the age. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, children. So that was the story of little Sudha Murthy when she was a young girl. I hope you all enjoyed and learned something. So we will have the closing prayers now. Lakshmi ji, we will have the closing prayers. You are unmuted. Unmute yourself. You're not able to unmute? Huh?
Yeah. Can I? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we will close it. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you.
Thank you, children.
And 26 January, what is coming up?
Republic Day.
All a happy Republic Day. And all of us be good Indians. Thank you, children.
Thank you, Amma.
Hari Om, Amma.
Bye, ma'am.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Thank you, Amma.